Now, what practical steps can faculty take to involve parents earlier when emotional distress signs appear in students without breaching personal boundaries? The faculty must become gatekeepers of care, not gatekeepers of intuition. Early involvement does not mean surveillance, it means sensitivity training. The practical steps begin with emotional literacy modules for faculty, teaching them subtle signs, irregular breathing, sudden detachment, behavioral autonomy, and monotony, social disappearance. Once noticed, faculty should not confront the student accusingly. They should create discreet wellness referrals, mentorship check ins framed around well being rather than performance. Parent involvement should be tiered and respectful, initiated through structured communication channels like monthly parent faculty circles, well being newsletters, and shared opt in support networks. Boundaries remain intact when the institution communicates concern without prying. Offering resources, parents can reinforce at home the pranayama, the meditation, the ethical decision making dialogues, cultural belonging conversations. Artifiming and Vedic themselves and partner in this by giving faculty a non-clinical yet a holistic vocabulary to explain distress without diagnosing it. This prevents the breach of trust while enabling early support alliance between teacher home student. Now Gurudev said usually transformation is more through presence than and vibration than words. How do teachers cultivate such a presence in institutional settings? The presence is not charisma, it is inner stability made visible. Teachers cultivate this by maintaining their subtle body health first, the daily kriya, meditation, breath regulation, the silence periods of transmission clarity. In classrooms or institutes, a teacher with expanded prana doesn't just deliver lessons, they broadcast reassurance, a felt signal that grief and confusion are manageable. Institutional settings must provide silent corridors before classrooms, meditation spots near academic blocks, and faculty wellness hours to teachers can recharge their vibration field. Presence is cultivated when a teacher listens more than speaks, pauses more than commands, and responds more than reacts. The art of living trains educators to lead by being a calm posture, unhurried voice, non competitive success celebration, non threatening eye contact, non judgmental acceptance. That precedes guidance. The VDS adds mantra and Agni spaces for faculty, so vibration doesn't decline into burnout. A cultivated presence turns classrooms into healing rooms without announcing themselves as one. This removes the students' need to escape inwardly. Now, how does chanting Om mentally versus verbally still impact the individual and environment according to spiritual science? The sound is both voice frequency and subtle intention. Verbally, Om vibrates the vagus nerve, regulates breathing, and influences the acoustic environment. Mentally voiced Om bypasses the physical larynx but still resonates the Sukshma field, the subtle body where thought originates. Gurudev highlighted the atomic energy to show that intention is not abstract, it is quantifiable potential. When trillions of atoms in the body receive the same thought direction, let there be peace, the subtle body inflates with the focused frequency, lowering emotional turbulence. The environmental receives this too, unseen but measurable in human interactions. Body language softens, the agitation reduces, the communication becomes spontaneous, and compassion in Vedic Dhammasasthan Homas. Om is chanted verbally in meditation spaces mentally, both valid because the purpose is expansion or perfection. Frequency plus intention carries the real medicine. Now, material and spiritual development were said to be complementary. How should youth internalize this without swinging into extremes? By learning the science of the middle path, the youth must understand success without ethics breeds emptiness and spirituality without robustness breeds escapism. Complementarity means using spirituality to clean intentions and material life to express strengths earned ethically. Art of living teaches kriyas to inflate prana, so ambition doesn't shrink into insecurity. The Vedic Sun offers homas to purify motivation so material desires don't degenerate into adulteration or credit theft. Internalizing complementarity means self care plus community care, less ethical prosperity. Middle path is practiced when one asks, meditates, serves, progresses, celebrates diversity, breathes fully, and speaks honestly. Extremes are avoided when energy is expanded daily, intentions purified weekly, and community honored always. This balance keeps youth grounded and elevated at the same time. Now, Professor Govind mentioned the respect gaps. So how does mentoring influence respect more effectively than authority? Yeah, authority demands obedience, mentoring earns reverence. Respect gaps grow from emotional distance, not protocol distance. Mentoring bridges it by consistent human check ins, shared vulnerability, and guiding without dominating. Spiritual mentoring adds one more layer, the inspiring the mentee to mentor others. Like the Kolhapur youth story Gurudev encouraged in the Vedic Dhamma Sansthan culture, mentorship happens through seva or the selfless service, the mantra rooms, and shared rituals without ego competition. Art of Living adds breadth and meditation to mentorship, so prana doesn't shrink in hierarchy anxiety. When mentors embody inner expansion and outer responsibility, the juniors don't compete, they inherit confidence. Respect returns as imitative inspiration rather than imposed rule. Now, how does the Vedic Dhamma Sansthan use Agni or the fire as a collective psychological reset without reducing it to religion alone? Negative Agni is ancient psychological plus energetic sanitation. It clears the subconscious heaviness by uniting people in one focused frequency and action of offering. We avoid reducing it to religion by framing it scientifically as memory reset, mood harmonization, intention purification, and community coherence. Fire releases the symbolic burdens, the mind releases the literal burdens. This is why the Vedic Dhamma Sansan can work in institutions